All right. Well, actually, we're not completely done with Rumble news yet or Rumble reporting at this point, but I've got a. We took a break just real quick so that one of us who has older kidneys could relieve themselves. But as we were starting to start again, I asked you the question, Brian, last if there had ever been a superhero in the history of superheroes whose only power was super hearing. And because you've got it, and we were trying to figure that out, and I mentioned something, and you asked me a question that I was astonished to hear you ask. Did you or did you not ask me, does Superman have super hearing?
I did. Well, hold on. You're saying it out of context, though. I also want to go back to the fact that you said I have this superpower. If that's true, if what you're saying is indeed true, I do not concede that's my only superpower. I have all sorts of super senses.
Oh,
I don't need glasses, and I can read small things
Hey.
and big things, far things and near things.
small things and big things, far things and near. Well,
That's
thank
right.
you, Brian Seuss. But the I know you haven't got super smell because there's a couple of stinkers you haven't sniffed out.
Hey,
But I mean, we've been involved in most of them.
that's right.
But the point is, no, Superman, but he has a plethora of superpowers.
Yes, he
whereas
does. Yes, he
You are
does.
you are not. I knew Superman, and you were not Superman.
What I was saying was this. You said only superpower, first of all.
Yes,
Superman has many superpowers.
I refuse to acknowledge that you have any other superpowers besides this one that you have demonstrated.
Well, let's
which
get off-
may turn out to be goddamn a slight brain tumor on your non-compass mentis.
Well, let's get off me and let's get on Krypton's favorite son. What I'm saying is, what I asked you is, do you have any specific examples you can cite of Superman displaying his super hearing?
yeah, so he would do it all the time.
Give me an example.
Well, I don't know. He'd hear through the wall that the fucking bomb was ticking. I can't.
Your Honor, I'm asking to
Superman issue.
Strike
I'll go
everything. Strike everything this guy's saying, Your Honor.
I do not have time to go through a box of Superman comic books to fucking find an instance of his super hearing, just the same as I don't his supervision or his not supervise where he would be supervising supervision. Or his goddamn super strength is apparent on numerous covers of magazines and publications, but the various other the X-ray vision is what it is.
There's never one where he's like listening into a door. Like, what are they saying in there? Like, there's no covers like that, are there?
Well, it's hard to draw that in a still frame. There's certainly instances of that in the television show.
Which the George Reeves television show?
Yeah, but I guess if his hearing had been that good, he would have heard who was sneaking up on him.
When you were a kid, how did you hear that he died? Did you hear the real story or any of the urban myths?
Well,
that he thought he was really Superman. He tried to fly and he died.
Hold on now, cowboy. Because you're making me older than I really am. What year did he die? Because he died before that I was born, did he not?
He did, but that show was in reruns. It was the only televised Superman for years.
By the time that I saw it, which was up at Aunt Lola's on Cincinnati's finest independent station, Channel 19, WXIX, I was 9 years old probably, and then I was already starting to get into comic books. I already had and was getting fanzine publications and had read that it was a myth that that he, was trying to demonstrate that he could fly or whatever the fuck, or that some kid shot him because he wanted to watch the bullet bounce off of him or whatever. That was all. I already knew that was bullshit at the same time as I knew that he had been shot. Don't you see?
But you remember examples on that show where Superman or Clark Kent demonstrated their super hearing. That's what I'm asking you.
Yes, as plain as day, as plain as the nose on your face.
What about in book form, in comic book form?
Well, I'm sure it happened. And I'm
You're sure.
I'm sure, and many of the cult of Cornette members are going to send John Fell. I know is going to hop right on this and make you look like a fool, boy.
I didn't say anything other than ask questions. I'm like Jesse Ventura. I'm only asking questions.
Well, you're
I want to
trying
know
to
the
doubt.
truth.
You're trying to doubt my word, and I'm an elderly person to you. You're disrespecting your elderlies.
To me, you're an elderly person.
Yes.
All right.
All righty then.
But you asked if they would, but that Superman had many superpowers. To go back to your question, you asked about someone who only had the superpower of super hearing.
Yes. That would be you. So now we've come full circle. And you're not sniffing out any of these stinkers.